What's up, everyone? This is Rayuka, and today I am continuing my journey through Tekken 6. Yeah, because this was. Anyways, before I go into my little rant here, if you are new to the channel, feel free to check out the content, of course. And if you like what you see here, why not hit that subscribe button? It's totally free to subscribe. It's really just one click away, depending on where you're watching this stream, of course, you know, whether it's before or after, etc. Subscribe, follow, like, comment, share. It's all appreciated and it helps the channel a lot. Besides that, if you're watching on the YouTube end of things, you know, becoming channel member is totally free, totally optional, and everything goes right back into the channel. And if not, well, that's totally fine. Now, but is there, and you get a nice little Uka ball badge. So now that I got that out of the way, the self-advertising, because I know some of you get annoyed with that, but hey, channel has to grow, and I do appreciate all those who decide to stick around. So besides the overlords at the YouTubes going ham on the channel, which I sort of ranted in briefly in the last Tekken stream, Tekken 6 stream anyways. This was not planned. When I say that, what I mean is, like, and I explained it before. I was trying to figure out how to get through the arcade. Actually, let me get out of this transition here. All right, just all right. I just somehow skip all this. All right. And for those wondering, this is straight off the PS3. So this is not emulated. This is straight up PS3 footage. PS3 live, going back in time. Yes, I still have my consoles. So yay! I got my profile logged in this time, so I'm not just on the dash. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, this thing just went too fast for me there. I wasn't even trying to pick Lars, but whatever. Yeah, we'll just go with Lars this time. So what I found out with my research, which, you know, to me, going back into Tekken 6 is literally going through a time capsule. So, you know, it's going to happen. You're going to forget things, right? And for me to get the arcade endings, I have to do arena mode. So initially, I was thinking, oh, now that I found this out, when I do the playthroughs for it, I'm gonna have to title it differently. But then I'm like, okay, I can literally stop doing just this scenario mode, just start running through arena mode with each character. Or I could just have some fun, go through this in my own unique way, and just whatever happens, happens. Because I thought you had to beat all this, and then you unlock the arcade endings for the arcade mode, but no, things were done backwards in Tekken 6. Because as I said before, things were just done backwards in Tekken 6. This is like, scenario mode is a glorified Tekken Force mode. For whatever reason, they did poor decision making, but I mean, this was all corrected later on, but nonetheless. Anyways, we'll continue this. I should have picked Brian, but I chose Lars. And then, you know, you customize the outfits to get better buffs and stuff, and it's okay. Let's see. Let's go through this again. Not for nothing, this reminds me so much of a little bit of another game that Namco Bandai just will never release for reasons beyond my understanding. Urban Reign, which I have that as well. I should do a playthrough of that one. That was on PS2. Oh, son. Love that they do so much damage now. Okay, what was that? Hold on. Okay, 1, 2. Can't fix the keep fire bitches. Burn. Yeah, this is so dumb. I go through all of this. I don't know if I'm going. I mean, I might as well be that I already started. Even though I should have done this in the playthrough stuff. What do I think of the alien invasion for November 2025? Alien invasion from outer space in 2025. You know, this anime arc of life. We got the censorship apocalypse happening. It is a little, you know, we're just getting everything now. They're throwing the kitchen sink, you know, fucking. We get everything now. There's no holding bars, man. We're just straight up getting. Well, what they revealed today. I wish I was making this stuff up, man. There's articles about it. Actually, I'll pull one of them up. Oh, this bastard. Really? Really? I couldn't kick him off the ledge? Like, what the hell was that? Get off the ledge. Yay! Where's another one? No, not this. The computer's cheap too. It's just trying to. Oh, what? Fire punches? Yeah, he wants it. He's just like, yeah, let me kick you off the ledge. Let me kick your shit. Oh, look at that. It's Dragon Ball. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You know, these bosses are only tough because I barely got, like, health for that match. Just this little ass bar. And the fucking controls, man, like... Oh my gosh, like, I can't even turn when I want to turn. You know, it's not that it's hard. They just make it stupid. That's just what it is. Return the world map. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick another character and just cheese it, because that's what it is about fighting games. When you try to get good and you realize, like, if you're playing on hard difficulty, you just have to cheese it. This is what it is. Some people are like, no, you don't. You gotta be good, man. You gotta practice. People got lives, man. Motherfuckers ain't gonna be here all day. I mean, there's people out there that do it for a living that are successful at it, but that's not everyone. I got life outside of this, so it's like I try to make time to do this shit. Character select. Yes, I'm gonna have to change up the character, of course. They gave me this suit, man. I'm just not a fan of the suit of Kazu, even though it's like a classic outfit. I just never, not my favorite ult outfit. Alright, enough. This blah blah blah. Don't even care. Just get right through it. No, I'm happy though that in future Tekken games they did not bring back this scenario campaign style, because I was Tekken Force mode is like hit and miss. It really depends who you ask. because some people love it, some people hate it. I mean, given the main... Oh, come on, dude. The amount of damage is stupid. Can I just charge up? Like... Okay. This is always gonna be here. The flamethrower, yay! Come on, man. Oh my gosh. Why can I grab? Why is it not letting me grab? I love when I play like versus I can just grab, but for whatever reason there's a delay. I'm just like, what the hell? What not to do? Well, Kazuya took a dive. Kazuya was like, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm wondering where is this even uploading, because, I mean, there's not many playing. I don't want to return to the main menu. I'm going to change up the character. Pick Brian Fury. The amazing story mode of Tekken 6. So amazing. Just so fucking amazing. I was going to change the character and it just ended up clicking around the fucking mission. One thing I don't miss about PS3 is the load times. I do not miss that at all. Do not miss the load times. Been complaining a lot this stream. Hell yeah, I'm complaining. Complaining how fucked this game feels right now. Yeah, I ain't the one playing it, it's me. Taking time out of my day to play this. I'm doing this for y'all. For y'all. I mean, initially, this wasn't even, this wasn't even a part of what I was going to live stream initially. It was just going to be me figuring out what happened to the arcade mode endings, and then, getting a reality check, like, oh, you got to play through scenario. And it's like, and I had to look up, and I was like, oh, last one pass. Oh, come on. Punch them all, just fly. That's right, come here. I don't have a lot of time. Time is ticking. Time is money. Wow. Make sure you bastards. Be over there. Now, Alyssa just takes her time. She just... Try to go for the grab, and it's such a delay. Here we go. Barbecue. Hit her with the stunner, oh my gosh. Brian Fury was made for this mode. It's perfect. Just Superman punch all the enemies. Of course, they're gonna stand there. Gonna wait for these guys. Fly off the ledge. Another one fly off the ledge. There they go. Punch the eggs out of this. So stupid. Oh, she took him out. Okay, that worked. That all worked out. We got a lock on here. Man, there we go. Can't control the damn camera here. Here, I'll let you fly right off, bitch. You're gone. It's the lake. Yeah, like, there's no blocking that garbage. Come on, like, he's not even that good, like... Looks like she just stands there, you know, just... What a supportive team member. She just attacks whenever she feels like it sometimes, you know. She's so amazing. I'm so blessed to have a AI that sort of doesn't do anything much. So I'm gonna have to customize Brian Fury. Story time. Lars was in the background just watching everything, you know. He's like, I'm gonna get in this Cadillac and drive away. Now Lars is actually gonna do something. He's about to do the secret technique. And that is nothing.
君は怪我はないようだな。俺は君とかなり親しかったみたいだな。なんとなくだがそう感じる。ラース、お前本当に記憶を。あの娘はこの先にある研究所
That's his girlfriend. That's the girl.
名前はアリサと
Like, I found her. She's the one. The only one.
俺は東郷、お前率いる反乱部隊の副官を務めさせてもらっている。反乱部隊？俺が率いているだって。そうだ。待ってくれ。冗談だよな。戸惑うのも無理はない。だが事実だ。あの日お前は三島財閥の重要拠点であるあの研究所を吸収した。だがそこで予期せぬことが起こった。G社の介入だ。あの惨状を見た時にはどうなることかと思ったが、とにかく無事で何よりだった。
Oh no, I didn't forget about the alien topic that's in supposedly November. I'm just looking up the article so I have a better reference of what a better idea of
とに
the
かく一度タイに戻ろう。
craziness
今後のこともある。
that's going on.
間違いないのか。
Okay, so I'm gonna wait till this scene plays out, and then I guess I'll talk about this this times this this lovely reality we currently live in. I think it's all funny, to be honest with y'all. I don't know anymore. This reality ain't making sense, but whatever. I need time. Yes, you need all the time, Lars. Just you all need time. You can't have enough time.
分かった。当面は俺の方で何とかしよう。ただし、お前が戻るまでだ。すでにお前の生存が三島財閥と G 社に伝わっている。単独で行動しているお前に連中がどんな手を使ってくるかわからん。くれぐれも注意しておいてくれ。
I mean, this it is a Hachi's son, so Lars got that Hachi blood too. Got the Mishima in him. You're gonna see Lars pop out with a bunch of kids too later down the line. He's gonna be like the new hot Hachi.
とりあえずは傍受されることもないだろう。
ありがとう。
それと忘れ物だ。
これは
お前のだ。あの研究所に落ちていた。
悪いがこれは受け取れない。今の俺には。
そう言うだろうと思っていた。お前が戻るまでこれは預かっておこう。
頼む。
Scene's really going in.
はお前次第だが、
Just keeps going.
平八に会ってみてくれ。以前お前は奴に会う必
You know what it is though? Because I know what happens. I mean, most people, mostly anyone that's been in the Tekken lore by now knows what's gonna happen. So this is really not a spoiler. This is only a spoiler for those who have never played Tekken 6. Scenario campaign. Plot twist, this guy talking all this big stuff, he ain't gonna make it. I just spoiled like one of the biggest plot twists in this game. It's so dramatic. It's just like, oh no. Oh no. But his loss will be remembered. It will be remembered. I'm only saying this because Tekken 6 is like, this character was forgotten. We all know what happens with her. Everybody knows she gains the power. Okay, for those who are wondering that, the home reward has been unlocked. So back then, PlayStation 3 had PlayStation Home. This was like a unique little feature where you got on PlayStation Home, you unlock these trophies for certain games. Resident Evil 5 had them. Tekken 6 was one of them. The list went on and on. And it was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I really liked that feature. And in PlayStation Home, you could interact, and you had your own space, your own apartment, whatever, and then you go out to like this virtual world, and you just interact with other people, and everyone will be talking junk to each other, or whatever. Or when it was just stupid, but it was cool when you're playing online with your friends. Everybody will pretty much, you see your home, your little unique trophies or whatever. But yeah, that's what that's about. So now on to this breaking news. I should be talking about this as a podcast, which I'm probably going to recap a lot of this stuff. So New York Post, which y'all can. I'm not even going to link it in this stream or whatever. Y'all can just type it in, and it'll pop up. But anyway, this is from the New York Post. 7 mile. I can't make this shit up. 7-mile alien craft locked on Earth. 94 days until it disappears behind the sun. Oh no. It's the size of Manhattan, moving at 130,000 plus miles and showing non-gravitational acceleration with no. Okay, in other words, this thing is just somehow, not like it can't zigzag or just teleport here, but it's just taking its time. It's like, we'll be there in November. I mean, it's like what, August, September. I was like 2 months away. Scare the shit out of the humans. Be like, oh, we're here. We're gonna invade. Blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, that's not part of it. But anyway, I'm just skipping some stuff here. So, a Harvard physicist warns. Astrophysicist. A Harvard astrophysicist warns it might be on a reconnaissance mission. Now, why would that be? Why will the alien spacecraft be on a reconnaissance mission? What's the worst that could happen? So, there's all this fear mongering going on, and I laugh at all this because I'm like, Harvard, whatever. Now I'm just, it's whatever. I don't even care. Like, it's amazing how we can know so much about space, but yet we can't go into the fucking ocean and figure out what's going on in the ocean. We can't go into the depths of it's right here. We could barely dig into the earth. And if we do, weird shit happens, right? So we can't question what's going on in our own oceans. We can't, just dig around the earth. Fuck what happened, what was discovered with the pyramids, right? Those pillars or whatever was discovered. Just ignore that. We had there's this fascination with the moon. We seem to know so much about the moon and Mars and all this other shit. But somehow, some way, we have all these details of this fucking moving rock or whatever it is, alien spacecraft, dildo, whatever the fuck's coming this way to somehow maybe evade, planet fuck us, who knows what on Earth. And there's all these details of that, but somehow all the weird shit going on in the world we just don't know about. We just can't know about, right? We're not supposed to question anything, right? I really wonder sometimes if the elitists up top, or just the people that just think they're so smart, think that everyone's really fucking stupid. I have to be careful with my language because obviously the platforms. But I look at everything, I'm like, is everyone really this stupid? Once November comes around, where this supposed big thing that's gonna levitate around the sun, hey, maybe hit the earth, who knows what, another cataclysm, comes through and just whatever happens. I'm ever so curious. Reading this stuff annoys me because there's so much going on in the world that has never been answered, or one can say is purposely being ignored. Galempe Tepe, I probably pronounced that wrong, but anyone look into it, that's a whole nother thing that's a bit strange, that, let's plant trees around Galempe Tepe, and oh no, we did a mistake. Oh, why did we plant trees? We're destroying relics. Oh no, that's a whole nother shit. And let's not dig up, the archives in the Vatican. The Vatican. Oh, you can't question the Vatican. Oh, so the holy above all. Bunch of the list goes on and on. The list goes on and on. Everybody wants to be right. No one wants to admit they're wrong, and we're just all stupid. Essentially, society in a nutshell right now. I believe we're living in the biggest reality show, and this has to be the most entertaining time in existence, as far as I'm concerned. Entertaining, because all this wild shit coming out. I mean, we got alien spacecrafts coming, apparently, allegedly, from Harvard, and it's going to just put on a light show, maybe rain fire, who knows what, and it's just crazy. I'm surprised we don't have alien characters in Tekken. We should. We have an alien character in here technically, and that you like fight and you get a bunch of money. I mean, I can't count. Well, is Ogre technically an alien? I mean, he's probably like a demon alien ogre. Who knows what? So we technically have aliens in Tekken, but whatever. Anyway, this stuff is just stupid to me. This whole thing with the November alien invasion or whatever's going on. Anyway, more details on it. I'll just read a little bit more here. The object is known as Atlas. was detected July 1st, 2025, and is apparently 7.12 miles wide, speeding at, I already mentioned that, the 100 whatever miles, with no gas or cometary gas or whatever. So that's why it sparked the interest of the Harvard professors and all that, because there was just no gas, detected. Because, yeah, whatever. Speculates that it's alien tech. It's not natural. But there's no evidence of hostility. It'll pass. Anyway, we live in a hell of a time. That I'll say. So, that's something y'all can look more into if y'all curious. The whole November alien thing. Yeah. Besides that, and other gaming news, Duck Station, for those who don't know, that's a PlayStation 1 emulator. The developer announced the end of Linux support and is actively blocking Arch Linux builds or whatever. So that's interesting times. And in other news, I guess Hideo Kojima is just not going to play Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. So yeah, I guess that's so important in gaming, that Kojima just doesn't want to play Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. I mean, he made the game. Why would he want to play the game he made? Like that's just puzzling, but whatever. So let's see what else is going on. This is an interesting game. I didn't know about this. So it's an indie game called Combo Doubles. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I gotta do more research. It looks interesting. I have to look more into that. Everything being censored. That's not new. I think most of you already know what's going on with the censorship bullshittery that's happening. And then Visa and MasterCard doing their thing. The writing was on the wall for years, so I don't know why anyone's surprised that this shit's gone as bad as it's gotten. I mean, this was a build-up. You give them an inch, they went beyond the mile, they went all the way. They're just trying to get everything down now. Let's see what else. Well, I'm looking to see what else. I know there was something else I wanted to let me see. Do I think that Are Alive is gonna? I mentioned this yesterday. If Dead or Alive, if it ever comes back, it's not gonna be the way I think anyone expects. Just because of all the craziness that's going on. But yeah, it's just unfortunate. But you never know. Maybe it'll come back and it'll be Dead or Alive, not microtransaction to hell. There was so much DLC for Dead or Alive. That's what really hurt Dead or Alive, in my opinion. The last Dead or Alive. A lot of people, in the community were trying to blanket it and say, "No, that's not what it is. The whales ain't ruining it." No, it did. That's why I died. And then they were also Team Ninja tried to downplay the censorship that was going on, because there was forms of censorship in the last Dead or Alive. It was a real thing. So there were a lot of things that were hurting the game, and unfortunately, I think whether it was Team Ninja's choice or the business side of things, the suits, you gotta make the game for the customer at the end of the day, not for those who are crying outraged that don't buy these games. The same could. This is like this argument is so old. The same could be said for comics, etc. Even though comics to me is on its deathbed, has been there for a while. It's literally on life support. But when you start catering and you start censoring things, thinking that it's going to increase sales and stuff, no, it doesn't. It hurts the product to a point where people just stop supporting it in general. And Dead or Alive, to me, the last iteration of it, unfortunately, was a casualty of that. Some may disagree with it. I don't care, but that's what I seen. And the writing was on the wall for a while, and it literally happened that way. The DLC practices were horrible. It's no secret. And then there was also this low-key censoring of characters, costumes, and whatnot because they wanted to cater to the FGC fighting tournament, whatever. The when I say FGC, the fighting game community. But what they were really trying to cater to was like Evo, the tournament scene. That's what it was really about. Oh well, they won't play our game because people don't, the characters are so sexualized and da 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 da. Get the fuck out of here. Like, first off, do you know how many fighting games, male or female characters, they always had unique designs, eye-popping designs? Why do I gotta cut through some of the bullshit here. Does anyone forget Darkstalkers? Darkstalkers Felicia or Morgan? Like why is everyone like in this fucking bubble acting like these characters aren't just popular because of their gameplay? There's other elements involved in that popularity. And let's keep it real here. Sex sells. So when it comes to these fighting games, if you make a attractive and appealing character, yes, that helps increase the sales. Male or female, it just helps increase the sales. At the end of the day, you remove that and you make it bland as a board, well then good luck. And I'm not just saying the appearance of a character is the main factor. Yes, gameplay has to be good. The story has to be somewhat good. There's a lot of things that go into it. But yes, having the character look appealing does help sales. That's just reality. I mean, another good example could be back in the day, way back in the day, not talking about Lara Croft today from Tomb Raider, but back then, Lara Croft was very popular for obvious reasons, but the game sold. Doesn't mean it was a bad game, no. For its time, Tomb Raider back then in the 90s was actually good. Even though the character was whatever, but the game was good. But now we're living in times where, and I feel bad for a lot of devs, that it almost comes off like they're walking on eggshells. Because, in the case of Tekken, which I think is very interesting, Tekken is a game to me that tries to include almost every nationality, which I love that about Tekken. It's a game that like tries to cover as much bases as possible. But of course, when you're trying to do that, there's going to be hiccups, there's going to be mistakes, there's going to be accidents, things happen, right? You can't please everybody. You be in delusion if you think you can. There's always going to be someone out there that's going to cry, complain, not be happy with something they see, etc. Or the game may not be to their liking. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, look at recent. People were crying about now. Fast forwarding time here, people were complaining about Tekken 8 with Anna. Oh, they didn't like Anna's design because this, that, and third. I guess I'm the minority, but I'll say Anna's design wasn't bad. It was refreshing. It was new. It was different. And though the character played very similar to her previous entries, she felt new in the way of her looks. And to me, that wasn't a bad thing. So I didn't see the issue. But people have to find something to cry about. If I had to complain, I'll say, what's his name? Fukurum? I can never pronounce that character's name properly. But that character, they brought him back as a DLC, which he should have been in the base roster. But that's a whole nother story. But anyway, they brought him back as DLC, and it's like, okay, but to me, he's just not that interesting of a character. Now, I know there's people out there that love playing that character. Hey, great. But to me, even though he's a Muay Thai fighter, I'm like, eh. And then the next one coming up is Armor King. Armor King's design looks great. Anyone that's an Armor King fan's gonna love Armor King returning. But I would have preferred a newer character. And then who knows who's after that. But then when I look at the first season, you had another Final Fantasy character in Tekken. Yet again, characters that to me will fit more in Soul Calibur, but for whatever reason they're in Tekken. Then you got everybody out here, oh well, add Tifa. Tifa from Final Fantasy 7 in Tekken. Okay. Even though if they end up adding her and caving in, I still think she's a terrible choice. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone believes. She belongs to me. Shit, I would say leave her in Final Fantasy. Like, I don't think she'll be a bad character if she ends up being a guest character, but I don't. Yet again, it falls back into this category of why is there Final Fantasy characters coming into Tekken as guest characters. The same could be said for like Tekken 7 when they added Negan from Walking Dead. It's just like, not only that it was random, but it was just like, why? But then yet again, Walking Dead was at like peak popularity, so from a business standpoint, it made sense. But it was still very random, like Tekken of all places. So when I think about like if there's gonna be another guest character, I feel that it will make sense a guest character from another fighting game appearing in Tekken 8. You know, maybe Mortal Kombat. You never know. Or another SNK character. That'd be great. I mean, Geese worked so well in Tekken 7. Hell, you throw in a Street Fighter character. I mean, just something that fits in the line. But when you're digging into like Final Fantasy, it's just like, come on. Like, you already got Final Fantasy Dissidia that exists. And no one's satisfied with that. So, I mean, fuck it. If you're gonna add Tifa, throw in Cloud, throw in Vincent, just throw in the whole cast because this shit ain't making sense no more. This isn't so Calibur. And that's the other side of the community that isn't being heard, that constantly complains, but it's a valid complaint. Like, what is Tekken ultimately? It's a fighting game, yes, but it's not so Calibur, so it doesn't make sense to keep adding weapon wielding characters. But yet again, they're appearing in the game, whether it's guest characters or whatever, and it just doesn't make sense. You know, to me, it will make sense. Oh, a Street Fighter guest character, that's great. Oh, character from Fatal Fury, character from King of Fighters, oh, that's great. Or a character from some other fighting game, from some other franchise somewhere, that'd be great. But it's just, it's guest characters too are, in my opinion, are becoming very saturated and almost pointless at this point. Because it's like, now the devs, these AAA devs, just in general, they set this standard now, whether it was intentional or unintentionally, that now every new fighting game that comes out, there has to be a guest character. Now people have to expect this. You know, for instance, NetherRealm, when they released Mortal Kombat, now they have to add some sort of movie character or some shit, which I could care less for. I mean, not bashing the films, I just really don't care. I mean, it's cool to see RoboCop come back in the last Mortal Kombat, not this Mortal Kombat 1 remake, or whatever the hell it is. And then in Mortal Kombat 1, you had the T-1000, whatever, Conan the Barbarian, and it's just like, why? Yeah, it's becoming saturated. So it's becoming a thing. And then sometimes there's those guest characters that just work, right? There's that guest character that's just like, you know, they should just be in sequel. They're that good. Even, for instance, Guilty Gear Strive. Their guest character in there is going to be a character from Cyberpunk, from the series actually, and she, to me, looks like she fits in very well. But yet again, these are characters that aren't going to come back in future iterations. That's the downside in general with all guest characters. There's a good chance they're never coming back because licensing issues, or they get removed because of which is very common because of licensing issues. A good example, when I had to think back at Tekken 3, look at Gon. For those who don't know, Gon was the little dinosaur that farted. And he was an OP little dinosaur, but he was perfect. He was a perfect guest character for Tekken 3. Did he ever come back in the series? Nope, he was gone. He's gone. Gon is literally gone. He ain't coming back. For whatever reason, Gon's just never coming back. Now in Tekken Tag, I'll be surprised in Tekken Tag Tournament 3. Somehow Bandai Namco pulls a miracle and Gon's in there, because if there was any, like, if there was a most requested character for Tekken, Gon will be in that list. But Gon is literally gone. He gone. That dinosaur he's literally in the endless loop. Like in the Tekken 3 ending, if you went through it, Gon's ending is actually in a loop, so it doesn't stop. It just keeps going. It never stops. So ironically, It's just that Gon's stuck in his twilight zone. He never got out the ending. It's dark. It's a dark ending. But yeah, that was a fun little sidetrack. I mean, I should have put an intermission because it just went on. I say most of the stream was just me talking at this point. But anyways, let's go on to the next step, yes. On to the next part. But that was fun. That was a fun little rant of sorts. Yeah. The podcast, there is a channel for it. It's something that I'm going to at some point do again. I just haven't set up the date or time. I'm shooting to do it soon though. I do want to do it soon. Probably the weekend or something. And it's just gonna be more in the audio format. Actually, what just happened now is pretty much what y'all will see if y'all decide to watch the podcast. It's just pretty much me talking about random stuff. Back then, I used to put links in the description to the stories, but a lot of the stuff can be looked up. It's all public information, so everything I mentioned is not. It's just me chiming in my opinion, explaining in my own little unique way. But it's stuff that can be found publicly. It's not a big deal. Just me giving my opinion or whatever. Oh, these ladies are getting the business. Getting the business today. They can't handle being fisted. Oh man. Oh man, I gotta stop. This is just bad. What do you think about you? Can't handle these. Get over there. I believe this is a martial law, if I remember correctly. Is that or the other guy? Oh, this bastard. Ate these eggs all around. Break this and then break off. Standing there blocking the way. Oh, you. My buddies. Oh, okay. Stage clear. Alright. That was a fun little run. So I'll probably do one more of these. Uno mas, uno mas. BRB.
何か？
没什么，只是觉得你的眼神很像一个我熟识的人。
あなたは三島財閥をご存知ですか？
当然知道，也许可以说我对其知之甚多。
今の状況は
Time.
どうお考えですか？
这实在是太危险了。虽然出现了很多像你这样的背叛者，但是三岛财团光凭现在的战斗力，也完全能和全世界抗衡。
では，
看来情况不会比现在变得更好。风间人是个正直的人，正因为如此，他绝不会对这个世界和三岛的血，还有神秘的 Devil 的力量等这一切置之不理。
ですが、今の私では。
这也不一定。或许你能阻止人。虽然我不知道你失忆之前是怎么想的。对了，那个女孩，你认为怎么样？她可是非常危险的。
何かご存知なのですか？
那个女孩所在的研究所历史也已经很长了，她一直作为三岛财团的外部研究机构进行着研究活动，不知道会发生什么事情，大家都要小心。
肝に銘じておきます。
我们走吧。
はい。
今后如果你有机会遇见三岛平八，你可以问问关于他在南美获得的碑文的情况，或许能够从中得到这个三岛财团的一些线索。
碑文ですか。わかりました。アリサ。
どうした？
君は三島平八が南米で発見したという碑文の話を聞いたことはあるか？
ずいぶん前になるが、遺跡の調査で派遣された部隊が壊滅状態になったという話は聞いたことがある。それがどうかしたのか？
今回の三島財閥の動きと何か関係があるらしい。
気になるな。この件は俺が調べてみよう。何か分かったら連絡する。
頼む。
私も三島財閥のデータベースを検索してみました。鉄拳衆が派遣された遺跡調査に関するデータはあったのですが、どこにも碑文についての記載はありませんでした。
君でも調べられないとなると、あとは彼からの連絡を待つしかないな。
这样就可以了吧？
Yes。
不过人和一八的冲突竟然会让全世界，我还不能接受这个现实。
The lore of my people's speaks no lies. Already the signs manifest themselves all across the planet.
或许，最终他们才是拯救世界的关键人物。你眼光不错，或许他们真的能做到。
He can.
No, I think I did stream Tekken 8 story mode. That is, yeah, I did it a while back. Oh no, so many paths opened up. They pretty much getting close to the end, sort of. I mean, what we got 1, 2, 3. How many characters we did so far? Well, how many I did? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will be 7, 8, 9. So once I do 10, pretty much be getting close to. I won't say to finishing it. Once I get into the desert area here, then it's like getting close to the end. Then arena. I still can't get over how stupid of an idea this was, but whatever. This was back then, so it is what it is. So that's the end of today's stream. It was fun. Yeah, got through quite a bit. I guess I'll be continuing this. As for the arena mode, I'll be doing this. This will be done in a playthrough format. I'm not even gonna bother streaming this. Originally, I wasn't even gonna stream this, but then, you know, you start something, might as well finish it, right? So at some point, this will be done throughout the stream. But the next stream will most likely be near Automata or on Invisible Prototype. As for the Azure collaboration stuff, we're still in talks, but right now it's just scheduling conflicts. That's pretty much what it is. That's literally what it is. I can't really say more because it's just that's pretty much what it is. Anyways, let's get to the end of this. If you are new to the channel, feel free to check out the content here, of course. And if you like what you see here, why not hit that subscribe button? And if not, well, thanks for giving my channel a shot. Anyways, as always, this is Rayuka here saying thanks for watching. And until next time, everyone, sayonara.